Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. That looks great. That's so cool. Let's get this out. So after adjusting my height under settings, VR, right here, head position offset, just slide that down, hit apply, and keep testing it until when you put your finger down, you'll actually be able to touch the floor where my fingers are touching right now. And then when I lay down, you can see I'm totally on my stomach, flat as can be. I'm just hovering maybe an inch off the ground, so I'm not perfect with it. I can still adjust it, but that's close enough for me. You will not be laying on the ground in this game, not necessary, unless you're scrubbing the floor, which you actually can. Sandbox mode, it is exactly what it says. You can just, free for all, do what you want to do. Cooking school, I did pass it. That is the tutorial, and I do recommend you go through it. But career mode is where it's at, and I have had a lot of fun actually playing this, surprisingly, and I did not expect that because I do not like Job Simulator. I'm just going to jump in and show you what career mode looks like. Right away, the graphics are much better than a Job Simulator, not as cartoony. I can see the textures on the hands, everything looks good. I mean, I've seen better for sure, but it doesn't look bad. There is no touch sensitivity in the game when I touch the thumbsticks, the triggers, the grip buttons, the L1, R1, or the face buttons, the X, square, triangle, and circle. When I want to grab something, you still use your grip button, but you click and hold it. That's the option I have right now, and when I release it, it actually lets go. There is no, again, touch sensitivity to just relax my finger on it. You can choose toggle where you just tap it and then it stays in your hand, or you tap it again, but I like the hold. It just feels more realistic. Everything you look at is very clean and basic, nice and sharp, vibrant. I love the look of the reflection there on the foil there on the pipe, the exhaust. The outside looks very 3D, the depth, the distance of all the buildings, but super low res. I'm sure you can see that on the screen there. But I'm not looking outside, I'm in here looking around. Everything looks really good. When I look down here, yep, it's a little low res. You got some sheen to the hardwood floor, but that looks good. The lighting's good, it's decent. I can see it stream through the windows here. There's a bit of low resolution there on that shadow. But again, I'm not looking at that stuff when you're running around the area. Speaking of running, when I'm moving with my left stick and I turn my head, it does turn my body. So there is no decoupling in this game. Like in real life, you should be able to look around and still walk forward. In this game and many VR games, the head turns your body, and there is no way to change that. So I can still use my body to turn, as you're seeing here, as long as I'm just keeping my head straight forward. Other than that, it's like real life. You have your own kitchen to manage. Wherever you place your ingredients, they stay there the next day. No joke. You have to make sure that you put your items where everything is accessible. So as you're cooking, you want to make sure your cutting board's here, your knife's there, your ingredients are there. You set it up the way you want to. Essentially, the entire premise of the game is that you're a cook and you're making meals throughout the day and trying to do the best that you can to get the best possible score so you can make the most money. You start off with this amount of currency, this cash. That is the in-game time, not the real time. With this cash, you need to buy ingredients to make your meals. All of them, even the pots and pans, all the equipment, the accessories, the utensils, even the herbs, the plates that you're using to plate them, the individual ingredients. You have to pay for them, and it comes right out of your account there. So you're a cook throughout the day. You see your orders up here. You just follow the instructions on the recipe, put it together, and you can put another meal together as one's going on. And you just do that repeatedly throughout the day. And this is where we get our score. And then I hit the dinner bell, and it shows the evaluation for the first meal right now. It goes in. And then we got our taste, 3 out of 5. Realization, 5 out of 5. That's the time. Overall score is 3 out of 5. And this is how much cash or currency we received. The guest paid us that much. We got a tip of 2. And the plate itself, when we took it, it cost us some money. And now we got the money back. So we actually earned $33.60. So remember, this is the fame. The better you do, the more that this goes up. And then it levels up to a next one here. And this is your cooking points. So when you go over here, and you go into your recipe manager to the ones that you do not own when you go to purchase one. For instance, I have 49 cooking points and I'm level 1, but I'm 89 out of 100 here. I have the 45 cooking points, you can see, but it says 3 stars. I only have the 1. So until I level up to that 3, then I can get that more of an exquisite dish. And then with that, you have a higher chance of earning more money, 42, and then 26 fame out of that, and up to 15 cooking points when you succeed with that. So it tells you the reward for each. So right here, there is no level because you start at level 1. So I could just buy that with my 25 points. And then you can actually level them up even more. So even though I bought it, when I get to level 2 and I have 83 cooking points, I can go for a level 2 dish of this kind. That has 3 levels here. So they can improve over time as well. So that is really it. The fame just levels up, and then if you do poorly, it can actually go down. Unlike your experience points that just continue to get more and more over time, your fame can go down. And so the worse you do, you're not performing well, you actually cannot progress by getting the exquisite dishes. Crazy, super cool, love the whole system. Other than that, that is it. You're just managing the food and the ingredients in the budget. You're not paying for rent or electricity or any of that stuff. If we go to perks, I currently have steady hands where I use my left grip button and it can freeze the item in place when I'm cutting. That's a perk. That's not readily available when you first start. Fast feet, you do not have the ability to sprint around the kitchen until you get this perk. Busy day, I now start with 2 daily quests instead of 1. So that's over a few times of leveling up, not every time you level up. The skills, however, you'll collect skill points, I think 3 of them, every time you level up. And then with those skill points, that would cost 1 point right here to get 1 notch, which would give guest tips at 20% larger. If I spent 2 points, it would fill that second bracket, making this guest tips are 40% larger. And if I spent 3 skill points after spending points on those first 2, it would fill that up, making it 60%. And then again, things like cheaper kitchen decorations, the cheaper liquids, cheaper products, just makes the game easier. Faster repairs, quest reward boosts, everything you can think of. It's traditional stuff. Then your decorations, you can change. This is what I owned in basic. I do not own the hotel or any of this stuff, and this will unlock at level 7, 10, 13, 16, 19. The weave, the temple, and it costs 40 cash or currency, whatever that is. Again, I have 296. So be careful. You don't want to just blow all of your currency, cash, whatever it is, on this stuff right away, because you will not be able to forge your ingredients and to do stuff, and then you'll go bankrupt right away. That's really loud, that plane. And then there's events. This came free. Halloween. Let's go install. And then we have this, Halloween themed kitchen. Really weird. Then it looks sharp. Looks really weird. I'm in this green mist. So if you're into that sort of thing, you can do it. And then the other ones are Christmas. Let's see the Christmas time. Oh, that's neat, actually. The frosted windows and the snow. Ooh, that's pretty cool, man. The night sky actually looks really good. Like, really good. Those clouds are awesome. Oh, nice. And this is Valentine's Day. Oh, love. But facing me. I'm surprised it's not facing outwards. Neat. Yeah, that's okay. A few balloons over here. Some hearts speckled around. Other than that, some balloons. I do prefer the original, the nun. Let's go back to that. And then whenever you want to reset your tablet, if you don't know where you dropped it last, because you will lose it, man, it's happened to me a couple times, run back over here, hit reset tablet, and you can grab it right here every time. So it's up to you. You do not have to walk around and grab the ingredients themselves. You can constantly just get it through here. But I find, instead of scrolling trying to find the items sometimes, especially when you get more and more of them, when you physically know where they are and you can just run over and grab, it feels more realistic, simulator based. When you're trying to grab things off the ground and you don't want to physically crouch, you can use the square button to crouch there. And then, you can grab it. If you want to grab it standing up but not actually press a button or physically crouch, you can use one of your triggers on either hand. And then it adds like a tether effect. You can see it highlighting the item there. In order to grab it, you just hit the grab button, your L1, middle finger, boom, and it snaps in and I can let go of that trigger. So truly, I can just hover over with my trigger like that. If you want to. I don't like that. See what I mean? I can just hold the trigger, highlight it, and it snaps in. If you're into causing some chaos, if you want to do this, you can go into your tablet here, under miscellaneous. I do see a gas bottle for 20. Let us buy it. Oh yes. And I'm going to go right here and drop it and then turn that on. So I'm intending to destroy the stove here so I can show you how to repair it. Oh, I felt that in my head. I just turned around as it happened. My head shook big time from that. So it does have headset haptics. I wasn't sure about that. That is awesome. So you can see the stove is broken. If you're, making something and you accidentally, it's very easy, spill liquid onto the stove that's going on. Over time, this stuff happens, man. And it throws you off because then you can't cook. You have to use another grill. In order to repair this, you have to go over to your phone. I can sprint because I have that perk. Grab that phone, walk over here, back to the area, and then it highlights already over the broken object. So as you're looking at each option for repair, it tells you the cost and how long it's going to take. So obviously, the pricier it is, the faster it'll be. And you'll have to decide what you can afford to do at the time. Right now, because I'm just showing you, I'm just going to choose the 38 for 90. And then I hit my right trigger, and it just brings it up. Nobody's sitting here repairing it, but it will sit there and do that as I'm cooking or doing something else. Incredible. It doesn't happen often, and I intentionally, put a propane tank up there. As I grab the fridge, I can open it easily. There's no tracking issues. I don't feel any haptics with that. Not that I really need to. When I grab an item, you can see it said -10. That's the currency. You can actually see the salmon fillet moving in my hand. And it looks really good, actually. That is nice. Awesome. So you can use your right stick to turn, snap, or smooth, but I am using my full body like this, and it is completely smooth and easy, and I'm just pressing forward on my left stick, excuse me. So yes, and I want to grab a plate, for instance. Using my left trigger, it shows it's a basic plate, and it's going to cost me 4 to get it. I can actually physically crouch down like this and just grab it. And that's what I want to do. -4, put that on the plate. Right now, we're on a time limit. I'm not worried about it because I'm going to restart. You can see that, it's supposed to be served right now, that borscht. This is also supposed to be ready in 2 minutes and 45 seconds, and this is a pinned recipe that I put down, and I'm unpinning it. So you can see as that's going, I should be cooking that, and then I have a time limit for that, so as that's being cooked, I could be preparing the other meal at the same time. Crazy. It is literally like cooking in that sense. I made a mess. I spilled this on the floor, and it stays there, and it will stay there for days until I clean it up. No joke. At the end of my shift, there's a cleaning phase. Like real life, man. You just grab your mop with your grip buttons, and yes, you can clean it up. No joke. After doing this for a few days straight, in game that is, and you leave everything on the ground like this bottle, it gets in the way, man, and it looks chaotic. You don't want that. So funny. It's so weird. I've never played a game where you're actually cleaning up after yourself. Legit. And not in this like cheesy, I'm just hitting a button and it does everything for me. No, I'm literally grabbing the sponge and cleaning the counters. Wild. Seriously. Super cool. Again, everything's basic texture, but sharp and clean. It doesn't look crappy. It looks good. It really does. Everything is nice and easy to read, that text on every menu. However, all the products, I do wish it had text on the side. It does show a picture of what it is, like sour cream there. Cayenne peppers. Salt. Pepper. I still would have loved for it to have it, but you can just hold your hand over top and just by touching it, no buttons, whatever, it shows you exactly how much is left in there. So when I dump it, it just lost 11 grams. Now it's 476. You will run out of that pepper eventually, and then you'll have to buy more. Even just looking at the pots and pans, they look great. Honestly, the reflections are awesome. You can see some of the low res right there on the inside, but it looks really sharp. Super good. Seriously. Like even the taps, moving them up and down, everything just feels smooth, nice and easy. I don't feel any haptics here. You can see some scuff marks there. Just wild. Here's your oven. You grab it, you turn it on. Everything's just one setting. You turn it on or off. I do wish there was numbers and that you had to preheat it, or heat it at a specific temperature. So that I do wish was more specific. Same here. You're just turning it on or off. Front burner, back burner. And the oven I have yet to use actually, down here. There's the grill. You have all these different things to use, appliances. Deep fryer. Just fill it, turn it on, boom, put your potatoes in, another grill, food processor, microwave, all that stuff. And then even these you can open and close, so as you get more equipment, truly, you can just keep going with this. I want to say, I don't even know if there's an end to this game. It'll be there when you store it, which is awesome. So the more that you play, the more currency you should get by doing well. And the more, equipment you can get. Here we go. Now I'm going to show you what this looks like in game. Right now we're in the preparation phase for 3 minutes. This is every day. So this is when I go around, make sure all my spices are where I want them to be. If you want, you can totally turn on the radio. Tells you who's playing, the name, the artist. So like 5 stations. Cool. Shuffle on, but you can pick it up and move it. So when you have it on, the music itself it dissipates as you move away from it. When you get closer, the music's right up there, which is awesome. That is so cool. All of the vegetables look really good. I am surprised by that. I expected a lower quality visual there. Very neat. Seriously, that I can do this. Get on the ground, crouch like that. All right, we're open for business. First order should arrive any moment now. Thank you. Everything is nice and clean, easy to read. Here we go, baked trout. We got 7 minutes to get this out. Take the trout. We want 5 grams of thyme, black pepper, and dill dried. 5 grams is 5 shakes. So we're looking for trout. Oop, missed that. That is right here. I'm gonna grab the trout. That showed you how much it cost. I think it was 7. And now this goes on a baking pan, I'm pretty sure. We're looking at this screen here. Black pepper 5 time, so black pepper. I'm gonna go 5, and you can see it actually go on its skin too. 3, 4, 5. Isn't that cool? And then thyme dried 5. That is dill, just from experience knowing the game. This is thyme. You can just again roll over just touching it, and it'll show you thyme dried and how much you have left. Everything again, very easy and clean. So 5 of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I do feel a vibration with that. And then dill dried. This is dill, the yellow top here. 5 of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And of course you can be much faster than this. I'm just showing you. We did place it on a baking tray, and now we're gonna bake for 90 seconds. You just grab this tray, don't let it fall. Go over to the oven, grab it. It's weird how it grabs the front like that instead of the handle. I don't understand that. Then just put it up there and relax your hand, let go, throw it on. For 90 seconds, we just turn it up once, and then I grab the timer and right trigger, just tap it over and over until I get to 90. Or maybe 85, because again, I did turn it on for a couple seconds before it was ready. That said, we do know afterwards we're supposed to season with horseradish. Oh, where is it? Here's the horseradish. So I'm going to season with that after we transfer it onto a plate. We also want a lemon and cutting it into quarters. So 1 lemon. Is it over here? Yes, lemon. You can use that iPad again or that tablet. It gives you the choice either or. And we're going to cut this into 4 pieces. So here's my cutting board. And if you didn't have one, you'd buy one. Here's my knife. You can with your left hand grab it, holding it, but it disappears. But it is keeping it steady. So when I move my hand, see how it's not moving? Then 1. And depending on how well you cut this, honestly, it'll grade you better. So if I can get this into perfect quarters, whoa, the better. 2. Oh. 3. Well, that's horrible. Brutal. I'm actually not happy with that. I'm going to spend the extra money. How are we doing over there? 19 seconds. Oh, I'm sprinting. You can't sprint in the beginning. You have to get the perk for it. I'm just going to one-handed chop this. Check this out. 1, 2. Oh, that didn't go through. 2. There we go. I believe that's way better. Look at this, 4 seconds left. And if I just grab it, it turns the timer off. I'm going to open this up with my grip button, my left grip button. Grabbing this out. Oh, this is hot. How cool is that? Really neat, guys. Using my body turning. I'm going to grab this plate down here. That costs me 4 every time I do this. I'm going to put it with these, my hand. Silly. But it lets you. And I'm going to grab these 4 quarters. Whoop, carefully. I should go faster. Horseradish. We're supposed to garnish this with horse. Jeez, I'm trying to say we're supposed to garnish this with horseradish. I don't think we have. No, we have not. I'm just touching it, and you can see what's on it right now. How many sprinkles of that? We need 5 grams. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. Now I want to bring this over. I'm going to run with it. All right, let's see my score. You go over here, you hit the dinner bell. Baked trout. It goes in. Ah, right on. Almost perfect. Nice. So fame. I get that because I did a good job. Cooking points, the better you do, the more cooking points you get, which allows you to unlock more recipes faster. And we have 27 right now. The guest paid 31. I got tipped 11. And the plate returned, I got 4 for that. Interesting, so 46 total. Guesses, please. Now, guest complaints, technique. Parsley garnish. Oh, I missed the parsley. I didn't know that. Oh, neat. Very cool. Alright guys, next one up is salmon steak and boiled potatoes. We want to get a salmon fillet and season with salt and black pepper. Salmon fillet running over. Let's grab the fillet. Oh, very cool. Looks great. Black pepper and salt, 5 each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Love how you can see it on the actual salmon there. Then add to the pan sunflower oil, 10 milliliters. Using my left grip button, I can take the cap off. Gently pour this. It's very sensitive. 10, oh, we're at 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom. Putting the cap back on. Letting go. And then taking my salmon with my hand. Putting it here before I turn everything on. I do know I have to boil potatoes, and I always screw this up. So, water. 1,000 milliliters. We want a liter of water. Bringing this over here. Turning the tap on. Just so intuitive, man. This is where, you know, it destroys Job Simulator. Truly, I think. Salt. We need 20 grams of salt and 300 grams of potatoes. 20 grams, so 20 shakes. Cool, cool. And 300 grams of potatoes. So one potato is 150. So that's 2 potatoes is what we want. I'm going to grab both. There's the second one. Putting it in the water. We're going to boil this now. Turn this on. So now that we have both on the stove, this goes for 120, and that's flipped every 60 seconds. Perfect. I have yet to do this perfectly. I always do one and then I get the other one cold. So 120. That's on. That's on. We want that for 60. We're going to say, yep, boom. I got to flip that in 60. And that's ready. In 120. Let's look down here. Is there anything else? Salmon fillet. I don't think there's any garnishes. Yeah, just transfer onto a plate and serve hot. So far, so great. I'm going to go down here, grab a plate. That cost me 10. It's expensive, man. But we get the return. Everything sounds great. The sizzling's quite loud. You can adjust that in your settings. If I turn this one on, that would be the back burner. You can actually see, and you know, there's steam coming off the food right there. So cool, man. So cool. Is there any other orders on the go? Because if there was, we could set that up. But no, I only see the one. Okay. Okay. There we go. That's saying flip. Now we're going to try with the spatula. There we go. Flipping it over. I had to use the right trigger. So 60 seconds again, using that right trigger to get the increments of 5 seconds. When using the spatula, use the grip button here, and then when it shows that shadow over top, the right trigger, I think, sticks to it, and then you flip that way. I was trying without the right trigger, and it was just so difficult to flip. Yeah, man. Oh, that's so cool, seeing the one side cook like that. Just even the pan of liquid. I gotta say, as a kid, when I was playing in a sandbox wanting to cook, I'd be freaking out over a game like this. I know myself. I would have loved this over Job Simulator. So neat. Alright, 7 more seconds. Oh, it stopped sizzling. 20 seconds to go. 20 seconds. Okay, so taking that off. Alright, done. Take that off. I'm just going to grab the potato. That's it, guys. I'm pretty sure. That's so neat seeing the steam come off the food like that as I'm moving. Oh, that's awesome, actually. Seriously. Okay. So I hit OK here. Let's go to this one. Come on. Oh, yeah. I think I perfected that. Beautiful. Right on. I want to see. So look at that. I got paid well. 13. Plate return 10. So guest complaints perfect. I don't think I've ever had a perfect score before. That should be a trophy, I think. That's one thing I feel like they could have done, even though I've platinumed it already. Steak with French fries. All right, so we're gonna get a steak and then season salt and black pepper. 45 steak. It didn't say T-bone, it said steak. So we're gonna go here. I made the mistake before of getting that T-bone. This is the grill. Salt, pepper. How much of that? 4 and 4. Love how it shows it on the actual steak. 2, 3, 4. That's just too neat. Okay, and then we're going to be taking a potato, season it with salt, 6 grams, which I think this is. Yes, it is. This is already salted with 6 grams. Cut potato. It says 300. We need 2 of these. Yeah. Okay. Getting another potato. Salting that 6 times. Okay, and then we're going to cut this into 15-gram pieces. Oh boy, here we go. Grabbing this, using my left grip button, cutting. You can feel that when you cut through. That's cool. Yeah, you can actually feel that. I'm surprised that didn't cut through. Yep, you can just one-hand it like that too. I find that might be a little easier sometimes. And for every piece that you cut, the potatoes, you can actually hover your finger over and highlight, and it tells you how many grams each one is. There, 22 grams. Crazy. This one is 13. Super specific, 9 grams. If it gives you like 300 grams for potatoes and you're supposed to make 15-gram pieces. No joke. Like, that's how specific that is. Incredible. Super awesome. And with the French fries, we deep fry for 30 seconds. But I do want this grill first. We do this for 45 seconds on each side. Right trigger, bring it to 45 seconds. And we're going to bring this over and put this in for 30 seconds. I don't think I put enough potatoes in. Let's see. Grabbing the spatula. Turning this off, emptying it. Going over here, flipping it. Yep, right trigger, turn it up. Okay, 45 seconds. 45. And then I'm going to try and... Yeah, when I do that, it just pops it up. It doesn't really help. So I'm going to put that spatula down. I'm going to grab this plate. I'm running, man. I'm going to grab these individually. Way better. Look at those fries. Man, that looks great. Seriously. What I've learned since, after I've shown you how to make those potatoes in the deep fryer, you know, I'm sitting there grabbing them with my hand and I couldn't use a spatula. Meanwhile, you just go under utensils and you can buy a fryer basket for $35. That's my left hand shaking. And then right trigger, boom. And then you place it there. Way easier. So now I can just grab it and then dump it into a plate. Awesome. Okay, carefully walking over here. That's almost ready. Spatula in hand. Then turning it off. Holding the right trigger and releasing it there. Nice, letting go of that. Grabbing that so it stops. Oh, don't slide around. Ooh. Do I have to do anything else? I don't think so. Deep fry. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. That looks great. That's so cool. Let's get this out. Very neat. Ooh. Cooking points, 9. Right on. I want to hear the complaints. So the flavor's too much salt on the French fries. Technique, bad cutting technique on the French fries, and missing rosemary twig. Very cool. Like, awesome. We're going to get some tomato soup. We want chicken broth, 700. We want liquids. Here, chicken broth for 12. We're going to buy it. It's in my right hand, left grip to turn it. 700, I believe, is the number we're going for. And salt, pepper, 12, 12. Pepper, salt. So 12 and 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So cayenne pepper, 6 of these shakes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you can see it up there. And then now we've got tomato, 960, and onion, 120. Tomato. So when I hover over that, what is that? 120, so 960 is 6. 2, I'm running over. Be faster if I just go like this with my iPad, products, and go down with my finger like this, tomato, then buy it, and 6. And then we have 1 onion, and boil for 60. 1 onion, buying that, right there, boom. We're gonna blend it, grabbing the blender and using my right trigger. I do not feel any haptics though, but you can see that blade spinning. That's really cool. Yeah, that looks almost realistic. Little bit of haptic there just for a second, but it's only when I touch the side of the bowl, actually, the pan, not the actual blending. And then if I want to taste the actual mixture, you can put your hand into the mixture and put it up to your mouth, and it'll show you what you're tasting right here. Chicken broth, 52%. I've got 39% tomato, 5% onion, almost 1% salt. I'm going to boil this. Oh, I just knocked that stuff over, and it's going to make a mess. I'm going to turn that on for, I think, 60. I'm going to try 60 seconds right now. When I place my hand over top of it, I can actually see this green meter going over, and that's telling you how close it is to actually being fully cooked. Yeah, boil for 60, and then we're going to add sour cream. And then we pour 300 milliliters into a deep plate. Oh boy. So I know I had some sour cream. Is there 150 left? There's 100 left of that sour cream. I was saving it from last time so I wouldn't have to spend money, which I love. That is so cool. I'm going to go to... Oh, liquids. That's right, I want sour cream. So we need more of that. And then we're going to add it. And then we only need 300 in a deep plate. I'm guessing that deep plate is right here. Yes. 4 seconds left. I'm just going to turn it off in 1 second. Boom, turn it off. Just grab it. And then this is where I want my ladle. Otherwise, I'm just pouring it. It gets everywhere. And I just learned this recently. It's like, oh yeah, let's go for the ladle. Let's go for the 150. I'm going to buy that. It's in my hand. Right on. I'm going to grab this with my ladle. Lifting up. Oh, I'm pouring it in. That's 152, 132, 254. I'm supposed to put sour cream in that. Look, I'm pouring that back in. That's funny. I think I need 150 of sour cream. Seems like a lot to me. Okay, good enough. Okay, let's get the ladle. Let's do this again. We need 300 milliliters of this. 150. Oh, I just knocked it over because I touched the plate again. 110. 171. 230. You can see on the left side. There's 322. Okay. See right there. That's how you can tell the mixture. How cool is that, man? Now I'm moving my body, trying to keep this from spilling and moving forward. Oh, that's so cool. Yes. Dropping it. I don't think I did well on this one. We will see. We will see. Oh, I did. Yes, I did. Right on. Cool, cool. Guest complaints. Perfect. Awesome. Awesome. I didn't see how much I made. I think it was 33. That was the last order for today. When you're done, prepare for tomorrow. Now we're in the cleaning phase for 4 minutes and 45 seconds. How crazy is that? Like, seriously. So now this is where I do want to. Literally, you have to physically go in and clean up. I don't have to do the dishes, but man, if you want to know where everything is, you know, I want to get my spices exactly where I'll remember where they are. You know, the sunflower oils. Is there any left in this? There's 109 left. 348. I'm going to dump this one. This ladle I want to hang up. Oh yeah, there it goes. It hangs up. And that will stay there. Again, the more utensils you buy, the more you have to play with. This doesn't hang up though. I don't know why. Let's get rid of this stuff. Oh, I just hit the wall. Oh, not hard. Dump all of that. Actually, to save some room, I'm going to put them down here. And I'll know where they go. Sponge I'm going to put right by the sink. It's pretty weird, right? Like, I'm just sitting here organizing for my next day. And I gotta say, like, that's totally me. And that's where I didn't expect this game to grab me. Again, I platinumed it. Nice. But no, I still want to see what's going on here. Because I've unlocked hardly anything. And that's a good sign. All right, this was the last order again. We've got 2 minutes and 20 seconds. I did meet my daily quests. I didn't break any bottles. I got 50 experience for that. And serve a dish with perfect temperature score, 100 XP, and 100 currency. Awesome. This is Dirte. See all that stuff right here? Oh, this is still on. Still on. This is where I want to grab my sponge. There's a little dirt here too. You can see it. But yes, my spatula. Let's get rid of that, shall we? I know I don't need to lay on my stomach, but to literally get down on my knee like this and look in the oven. You know what I mean? How cool is that? All right, the day's over. At the end of the day, you see your results. You know, I had 55 out of 70, I guess. 22 cooking points there. I'm up to 45. I can unlock more recipes. I did 4 orders and I finished all 4. Yes. It cost me 132 for all the food that I purchased and the ladle, whatever else. I made 234 and I made 40 on tips. So that day was a great day. I came out 142 on top. Right on. I have actually gone bankrupt in this game. And you just start from your last save. So if you weren't in a good position on your last save, you're going to have to start over. And I think that's awesome, honestly. Even looking at the fire extinguisher, I can see the reflection of the entire room on it. That is so neat. And you can actually grab it and use it. I'm going to pull the trigger and it's facing me. So you want to do it this way, and then pull the trigger and put out a fire. Oh, that looks really neat. It's just like a white cloud in front. Super cool. And leave some white particles just for a few seconds. Right on. That's cool, man. It would have been neat had they included adaptive triggers. I do not feel any sort of special tension there when I'm squeezing that. So no touch sensitivity, no adaptive triggers. I do feel haptic feedback vibrations, but not, you know, dual sense vibrations, if that makes sense. And funny enough, there is this weird mini game that you throw knives into a dartboard. Throws left 30. I'm hitting new game. Yes, when you hold your trigger, it goes into that stance. And I'm going to release. Yeah. Oh, that's really bad. Okay. It's just going to keep doing this. So I don't understand what would be fun about this. Truly. Then just to quickly show you, you can choose sandbox mode, you can go back to your classic kitchen there, or we're going to select the modern so you can see what that looks like. Beautiful, massive modern kitchen. Super cool. Here is your computer. Again, you just go to it, go to your order menu. This is the main spot you're always going. Everything else is just, you know, perks, decorations, and reset your tablet, the restaurant info. But it's always order manager. So if we're going to go for a complicated meal here, just to show you what's crazy. Salmon and butter sauce with asparagus. Oh, look at this. Awesome. Something like 85 different recipes to choose from. So you have pork chops with fried egg and lemon baked potatoes. Look at this. You know, you have to do your pork chops separately, your lemon baked potatoes separately. Every little detail is there. Your fried egg. And then garnished with thyme. Just like the other one. You know, in the sandbox, you have everything at your disposal. And again, you just place your finger over top of it and you can see exactly what it is if you didn't know. Rosemary twig for 5 grams. All of your spices and ingredients, soy sauces and things like that. Yeah, barrel of dark beer. Barrel of light beer. All the vegetables over here looking beautiful. Absolutely awesome. Very colorful, vibrant. Textures look great. Seriously, much better than what I expected again. So I'm overly impressed with that. Very cool. Oh yeah. All your plates. And then the fridge. You know, this looks awesome, I gotta say. Just seeing that reflection. It does have a bit of pixelation, just a subtle amount. Barely there, but that does look almost realistic. Super cool. Even the fridge, you know, has a nice reflective shine to it, but it does have a low res texture. You can just see it in VR anyway. Subtle. Opening up the fridge, and this has everything as well. You can crouch with your square button like this, and then hit it again to stand up normally. But if you double tap the square button, there you go. You tiptoe, so you don't have to physically tiptoe. If I press square again, I'm standing normally. I can physically tiptoe, but I don't get the same height by tiptoeing up there to take a peek. And if I didn't know what that was, I can just touch it and see how many grams they're worth each. But look at that, man. The detail. Even how it moves as I'm holding it. Super neat. All the textures, man. Very impressed. Very impressed. I'm still on my tiptoes. There we go. That's a little low res, that one. Oh, so cool. This doesn't cost me anything because I'm in the sandbox mode, but I'm just checking it all out. Ah, super neat. What is that I'm holding? Pork tenderloin. This is tuna. Gotcha. That is tuna. Wow, like look at all this stuff. Types of cheeses. Shrimp. Sour cream, coconut milk. Or water, milk. Oh man, what's that? I'm curious. So that's bacon, those little pieces. I didn't know that. Scallops. Pork chops. What's this? Burger meat. Chicken legs. And then these drawers easily open. Awesome. Super cool. Like super cool. Yeah. Overwhelming, to be honest with you, with all of the things at your disposal. Ah, so neat. Just to show you what this one looks like. And this is where you'd serve your meal here. Just go up to here. So it's the same idea as the classic one, just a much bigger kitchen. I say much bigger, not much bigger. More modern. The outside looks really good. The clouds anyway in the sky. Those buildings look better than in the classic version. I feel like there's more detail on the actual buildings on this one. Again, the reflections of the room on that fire extinguisher. Awesome! Oh, that's so cool. Just even that dusting here. Scratches and stuff. Really impressed with the game overall. I had no idea what I was getting into. I thought it was going to be, a job simulator type thing. And then I'm blown away that I'm starting to remember, certain recipes on how to make them. So weird. The only thing I wish they would include are those temperatures. When I set the oven, I want it to be 375 or 425. That way I would learn in real life what to actually put the oven settings on instead of just turning on or off. And I do wish they had teaspoons and tablespoons, but the grams does work. So they did such a fantastic job to make this a game, yet it does feel like I'm actually cooking and cleaning up after myself. So very weird. I've never played anything quite like this before. Absolutely happy that I got to play it. So thank you again to Big Cheese Studio for sending me a review key. I do super appreciate it. If you guys like the video I produced today, please click that like button. And if you love what I'm doing with the channel, please subscribe to it. And for all of you that have subscribed to it, thank you so much. I super appreciate it. Until the next one.
PlayStation